Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video is going to be about a topic that I'm very, very, very passionate about. I've always been passionate about this topic, and it is the hijab, and it is the value of the hijab. And so I'm going to start off by talking to you about what the hijab is to me and why I wear it, and then I'm going to go into the real essence of this video. The hijab is a garment that women wear to display a form of modesty. That's essentially what it is. That's one of the things that it is. Another role the hijab plays is it demonstrates to other people who we are. So in a sense, we're like a walking billboard of our religion, of our faith. So you look at someone who wears a hijab and you immediately, you're not wrong to assume that they are Muslim. If you see someone with a hijab, they're usually Muslim. So when non-Muslims say, can Muslims wear hijab? I don't mean to be rude, but no, you can't. It's just because then it reduces our hijab to a garment. Do you understand? I think if non-Muslims wear the hijab, it makes the hijab just a garment. And that's kind of not the point. The point is to display our religion. It's for people to know that we're Muslim. If you want to display modesty, you can, but I just don't understand why you would wear the hijab if you are not Muslim. I think the beauty of interreligious dialogue, and I think that is a form of interreligious dialogue, is being so open-minded to want to almost participate in the religion. And I think that's crossing the line of interreligious dialogue. Interreligious dialogue is healthy as long as it pulls your roots to your religion. So for example, when I look at Christians and how they decorate for Christmas, and they are so festive and they're so just tis the season to be jolly, and I'm just so inspired. I'm inspired. But if I were to celebrate Christmas, that's Mama, crossing the line. Yeah, Mom.
I want a bowl.
Okay, can you please go?
I need a bowl. Okay, let me get a basket.
Okay, here. Here.
I can't
طيب خلص روح.
No, Henry can't hold it.
Okay. يلا باي. I'm a mom, so if I were to celebrate Christmas, I think that's crossing the line. It's always fun. It's always good to appreciate something and be inspired even. So what's the approach that I would make is that I've actually been thinking about this idea for such a long time, is that I want to kind of get Christians to teach me how they celebrate Christmas, and kind of in my own way celebrate Eid in that way. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to put up a tree, and I'm not going to try to mimic Christmas, but I am going to try to emulate that cheer, that holiday spirit that I think we lack. And I think the only reason why we lack it is because we're not in a Islamic dominated, I don't know, it's not in the streets because people don't know that it's whatever, but in the Middle East they do celebrate, Eid. I've heard very, so that's how I would do it. And so would I want a non-Muslim wearing a hijab? I have to say, given my reasoning, is that I would not want a non-Muslim to wear my hijab. Nor do I want, honestly, I do not want anyone to wear the hijab out of solidarity. I don't know what that is. I don't need your solidarity. I love my hijab. I'm very proud of it. There's nothing. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the victim card when it comes to the hijab. I just don't like it. Moving on. So, like I said, it is a form of it's allowing people to recognize who you are as a Muslim. So when you wear a turban, first of all, there are other cultures and other religions that wear turbans, okay? And I have to tell you guys that it's very important never to mimic another religion. It really is, because not because of anything against you have another religion, but it's because you should always be truthful to your religion. And so to adapt another religion, and I think, like I said, that's past the threshold that you should have. If that makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll make another video to elaborate, but I don't know. And if you disagree with me, go ahead and write that in the comments below, and I'd love to see your stance on that. But nowadays I'm seeing like a lot of public figures, Muslim influencers wearing the turban. And the only thing that I have an issue with is not that these people are wearing turbans, because you know what, at the end of the day, and I honestly came to this consensus the hard way after a lot of contemplation and deliberation. I was actually kind of close-minded about this, but I saw the light. My friend Alexis kind of like, I was like, no, Rula, you can't just see everything as black and white. Some people tell us like they're allowed to do whatever they want for themselves, and I agree with that. But so she was basically telling me that like that for example, for her, she converted to Islam, so it makes sense why people would wear the turban, etc., etc. But for me, my issue is not with the individuals wearing the turban, but it's the symbol that the turban has become. The turban has become the new fashionable hijab. The turban has become the hijab that I've seen on a YouTube video for square-shaped girls, and it really like it draws attention to this very strong bone structure, and that's not what the hijab is. We're losing focus here. The hijab is about displaying a form of modesty, and in the Quran it said that we have to cover everything except our face and our hands. So the turban has become something, it has become a trend that millennials are now adapting, and even like girls that are growing up, that have grown up wearing the hijab, and now they're like, oh, I didn't know I could wear it like this. Psh. And so they start wearing less and less and less. And usually the thing is, when you start wearing a turban and you start covering, like basically you're wearing like a hat or something, you slowly are going to start to show more arm. You're going to start, just little things I have noticed, and I've seen, like, I was looking at pictures and like a girl wearing like a turban and then like sleeves like that. And it's like, it's not right to me, because one, girls are not displaying their religion with passion the way they should be, but also that these Muslim influencers have such a heavy hand on Islam, and that's not right at all. Islam, when we have anything that we need, if we have anything that we need to resolve, if we look to the Quran, we don't look to people. You know, the Prophet ﷺ, and I talk about him all the time because he is the staple of humanity. I always say that because I mean it, and I have a video coming up about the Prophet ﷺ and how he inspires the best of humanity. And even the Prophet ﷺ, Islamically, we're not allowed to have pictures. Why is that? Why can't we have pictures of the Prophet or Jesus or figures of Islam that emulate perfection almost, that are prophets? Why can't we have pictures of them? Because even prophets do not have the authority to become deities. And I know it sounds like, whoa, Rula, whoa, like that's like too far. Like just because we're wearing a turban doesn't make us looking up to these people as deities. But I mean, think about it. If they do something, you're going to go and do it. Isn't that a little too much power for a person? Isn't that too much power? They're just people. at the same time, I think if you are representing Islam and you're using Islam and you make videos about Islam or Islam is incorporated, then I think you have to do it justice. You really should, especially because basically there are some YouTubers where like all the Muslim women around the entire world are looking up to them. You gotta step it up. But you know what? That's between them and Allah SWT. But this is not about people. This is about ourselves. This is about our nufus. There was a scandal that came out recently, relatively recently, about a scholar who got himself mixed up in business. And I have to tell you that as a person, I was angry. I was shocked. And I had to really reel myself in, like, Rula, what the heck? Like, he's a person. He made a mistake. And like, why are you so angry? And I saw that. I caught myself. I'm like, whoa. Like, why is my faith contingent on this person's flaw? Like, if this person did something, and the thing is, even though I'm talking about it and it seems common sense, these are things within our subconscious. And it's things that we have to like really stop ourselves and be like, we need to slow down. And even though these people are great and you admire them, there's a limit, there's an extent. You should never cross that line. Same with interreligious dialogue. So you have to, really, this is, subhanAllah, this has like 4 themes, but it's all consistent with the same message, which is you are more than welcome to respect someone or respect a tradition or respect a holiday, so long as you are true to your own. And so, I love interreligious dialogue because it does inspire me to dig deeper in my Islamic roots and just find the strength within. And I want to make a video about the Trinity and my contemplation, constant contemplation, and the consensus I came up with as learning about the Trinity and trying to reflect that on myself and allowing me to be a better Muslim through what I learned about the Trinity. Maybe I'll talk about that. Yeah. And let me know if you guys have any more suggestions. I really enjoyed this talk. So yeah, we need, as mentors, we need to guide our daughters into loving the hijab, into shining through the hijab, really. Because we want the world to know that we're Muslim and we want the world to see the right Islam. You know, that you want to combat terrorism, you want to combat Islamophobia, be the best version of a Muslim that you can be. And subhanAllah, through the grace of your smile, all is well. I don't know why I said that. And with that, I conclude, because if I don't conclude now, you guys know me. I can literally go on forever because I love to talk, especially to you guys. Please subscribe and continue to support this growing YouTube channel. And inshallah, I will see you next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wal asr inna al-insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu as-salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Assalamu alaikum.